Let me share. A strong truth is with you. Your words for the morning. Not just words. They are the builders of your day. Every word you tell yourself when you awake your way of thinking sets the stage for what you've done each day, and step by step builds the path of your life, the peaceful times in the morning. Do what you need to do to command what your day's rhythm is. If you harness every day, you make your life hard. It's easy to understand, yet very insightful. Have you ever been amazed at people who seem content and purposeful all the time? Luck or skill is not their secret. They are great at morning rituals. They know how to make up their mind, manage how they feel, and line up with each other about their main ideals, whys, and goodness every day. I want to show you the way today. How just 5 stocking affirmations every morning, they can really change how you live your life. But first, let's talk about why this is important. Think of your mind as a fortress. Every thought and word you agree with makes its walls stronger. You can make it stronger with power and smarts, or allow doubts to lose their power. You have a choice, but do not forget, this defense needs to be consistent. Further support. Why not begin every day? You can ensure your strength by what you're going for and how much growth you can do. These 5 lines are more than just words. That's what you need every day. The discipline that grows your inside strength. The clarity that shows you the way to peace and wisdom. Do what you like, what we do in this room. A simple, kind deferment. I'm going to ask you something, is to click the subscribe button. Share the video with other people whom you are on the same path with this day's video. Skeptics are being pushed, asking people to have open mind to find out how strong affirmations in the morning can be. It's important to watch until the end. To really grasp how these stocks do things can start a revolution. It's not just mornings, but life itself. So let's jump right in and shake up the potential of your day. Harness every morning gives you a new canvas, a new start, where you can use your power to make plans for the day. As dawn begins to shine, distributing light across the sky. Yourself, do not miss the chance for help with your thoughts. How to use the power of morning is more than that, not just taking charge of the day. It's about setting an essence for mindful and living with a purpose. Do not mind that it leaves what a building needs to begin. The more sturdy the foundation, the more strong the structure is. Every morning when you arise with a fresh start, you are given a white slate that you can write your day shared with intent and clarity. Stoicism is a philosophy that has passed the test of time, lessons us. That's how we start our day, can choose what happens to it. It has to do with accepting the moment at this moment and getting ready for it, not just in the body but in your mind and heart. Carl Jung once said, "Who looks at dreams? Whoever looks inside wakes up. What you see here makes sense," stocking to the Stoic practice of thought. In the morning, seeing behind to awaken your full grants by beginning the day with careful acknowledgments. You start a conversation with yourself that makes you awareness of yourself and makes your actions line up what you believe in even more. The mornings are in a special place in this way of thinking because they were so quiet many times. Solitary in nature now is the time when your mind is most open to change, awake and ready to go, and not yet afraid by the needs of the day. It's the perfect chance to confirm what you can do and make up your mind. What you tell yourself during this times is good for making you strong. No matter what the day may throw your way, as Marcus Aurelius is known to have said, you are in charge of your mind. Not outside events. Know this, you will find strength every morning by proving you can do it to manage how you react. Think about what really matters. You're not just getting ready for the day. You are getting ready to train, to get stronger, rougher, and more composed during times of trouble. One of the most important ideas of Stoicism. What they believe that even though we can't always have control, what goes on with us, We have power over how we react. This idea hits home deeply. Up-to-date principles of psychology, such as the ones wrote by Carl Jung, who stress how important it is of being aware of self and the power of you in getting better and changing thoughts by Jung on facing and realizing who we are on the inside. Do what the Stoics did, a book of introspection and self-mastery. What Stoicism teaches us to pay attention to what we can manage. A clear summarization of the idea. Daily prayer for peace, used a lot in the contexts of modern therapy. Give me the peace and quiet. To let go of the things I can't change. Willpower to change what I can weather to know the difference. This way of thinking helps people tell the difference between external events and reactions on the inside, making a clear path to peace of mind and strength. Stoicism puts a lot of weight on, when it comes to virtue, what's best. It makes the case that to live a good life, one must live a false life. Wisdom and other virtues like it push for justice. It's time for tension to take center stage. This set of rules are not imperative ideas but can be used, and qualities that can be used that can help us make decisions. Everyday words and actions, this might sound weird, looks like a magic spell to get your day started. However, there are strong psychological and introduction to philosophy. Why is this practice being done? Can make such a very big difference. At the heart of it, commitments. In the morning are about making up goals. They're a free way of changing the way you think that change the way you see things. Actions and finally, your reality. Carl Jung is known for saying, until you make the universe of consciousness, it will tell you what to do with your life. You will call it fate. This idea is at the heart for the reason why affirmations work so well by choosing about it. What you think every morning through agreeances, you bring what not being aware into the world of the conscious. What you do is begin to mold the story in your head so that it is not passively shaped by outside factors in Stoicism. How affirmations are used is used to getting ready for battle. The Stoics believed at the Premeditatio Malorum, what involves the visualizing what will be hard to do today and getting ready to face them with equality and strength. Monday affirmations. Back this up by setting a mindset set up to copy whatever comes their way with peace and goodness. It has to do with affirming your ability to keep going, to remain firm in your values, and to get close to life with a smart and positive thought frame by adding in commitments in the morning into your daily plan. You take part in a practice background, both by an ancient Stoic wise and current studies in psychology. How this is done both help make a character that is not only ready to look at the world, but also to change it. One thought, do one thing, one day at a time, marking a holy place for your morning prayer. Not only about getting to a quiet room in your house, it's about making a sanctuary, where your mind can bring abundance and peace. This space becomes a real and platform for psychology, how you get involved with the best of intentions, notes and agreements. It is a special place to be that lets your mind know that this is a space and time in order to reflect and focus. Carl Jung stressed what it means of designating a personal area as a motivation in what he believed was important for my own growth awareness of self. And he said that this kind of space may be able to help bring the unconscious, what's in the conscious, helping people understand more how you feel. In the same way, Stoicism. The idea of a retreat does an important job. Stoics like Aurelius and Marcus would need time to write and think of very important action to what they believe how to improve yourself, how the world works, and what it means. Marking a holy place is like this practice, giving a retreat from the outside world, spreading out, and letting people look in and talk to yourself in your holy morning space. Think about elements that get rid of distraints and improve focus. This could have elements the same as a comfortable chair, a small table, or even just a cushion, a place to sit quietly and without trouble. Lighting is very important. Natural light can clear the mind. Lamplight that is soft can create a peaceful emotion. Some people may wish for total quiet. What some people might find soft music for instruments or nature sounds more important to a clear state. Placing items in that are important to you personally can also make this space better. These books might give you ideas. Beauty image of personal success, or even a ticket to write down thoughts or views. These items are more than just decor. They are tools and markups that make you more committed to your workout in the morning. Now that your holy place is ready, let's bring life into our day. Together with these changing affirmations of Stoic. Today I'm in charge of how I respond, how you begin your day. This is your verification. Setting a clear goal is what you're doing. To get human with everyone else on your terms you are choosing. No matter what happens, we will measure your answer. Much thought and in line with your values. It has to do with acknowledging that moods like anger or sadness and disappointment are their own, but the amount that they have an effect on how we acted, is there something we can do? Take this Stoic approach is more than that, more than just curbing emotions. It's about getting to know them. Look at them without passing judgment when you choose a course of action that fits with what makes sense, thought, and right. Many times, Marcus Aurelius I wrote about how to keep composure during times of trouble. He thought that our responses should be ruled by reason, do not push. And this promise does what it says every day to live by that principle, doing this affirmation every day, building a habit of mindfulness. It gives you hope. What to do when you're set off. I need to breathe before I answer and to think about the wisest and the best way to build to go ahead. This doesn't just change over time how you feel what to do in tough cases. It changes the way you live every day. You get known to keep you calm and being able to stress and going against grace. You can affirm, I am in charge of my reactions today. You're not just getting ready to handle possible stressors. You're getting ready to give more thought, strong and virtuous person. You're adopting the Stoic way of thinking. That you have the strength inside to get though anything with class and composition. I'll pay attention to what counts. By beginning your day, I will pay attention to what matters with you. Set a filter that works for the things you do every day. This means making a choice to get down to business talks and thoughts that are in line with your core beliefs and goals for the long term. It has to do with recognizing the fleeting, which often cause trivial disruptions that take up a lot of our daily lives, and awarely making up your mind, instruct us to pay attention to what really builds and keeps our inside peace and improvement in your life. The embryo often spoke. What freedom means that comes from being aware what we can speak out on. He pointed out that outside events, nothing emotional in it by themselves, what they do, is important only by way of our perspective, and how important it is, we agree with them. So by making our purpose clear to care about what is important, we are basically making a choice. To add weight about the parts of life that improve our good family and strength. It also says that encourages a useful approach back to daily problems. It asks us to think about it. What the value and purpose of what we do? What does this mean in the long term? Is this good for my growth? Does this match? The principles of courage I live by: wise, justice, and temperance. This question. What we do to come to a decision. Words and actions in ways that will bring good results. Not just in the present situation, but when making a life about important successes even more, I'll pay attention to what matters not. Just about getting what you want outside goals, but it's also about the culture inside qualities. It's a promise. To growth and development, to strengthening skills like patience, courage, and self-discipline. Doing what you can is what it's all about, every day to be better than the day before, not in success in this world, but in terms of personal honesty and strong emotions. I pick bravery over ease. This affirmation has a lot of power. That sets up a central tenet, the Stoic way of thinking, the goal of virtue over ease. These words aren't just about going through physical problems. It has to do with accepting the pain that comes with it. With growth in mind to live an ethical life, you have to do it every day, to leaving your comfort zone. Not only when a lot is at stake, but when making everyday choices that make us who we are and blessing in Stoicism. Courage isn't just being brave, in the midst of danger, but also about common sense. A promise to do the right thing. Even when it's hard, it's about being truthful. Better times to tell lies, giving donations when you want to be selfish, keeping your word and being honest. Times when it might be good to lie to what this affirmation says and live it based on the virtues of the Stoics, actually choosing what to do that showskins justice and control of yourself, even if they need to or discomfort or sacrifice. Signing up for courage over ease means all the time issues that will help you grow. It's about not giving up for the way things are when it goes against what you believe in, and it has to do with pushing through the danger of failure or rejection that often goes along with attempts to make ourselves better or the situation we're in. This is an acknowledgement that real happiness doesn't come from taking the easy way. I know you've lived a true life because to your very best insights. On top of that, this affirmation is very close to the idea choosing to be uncomfortable stocks like Seneca did this, and Aurelius. They would now and then how to live in hards here than what they were used to, not as punishment, but to remind themselves that they could manage, even if they lost the nice things they used to. This activity builds resilience, and a shadow of peace, being aware that our happiness doesn't depend about the environment, but on our inside responses. Doing this every morning. By I select brave over comfort, you get ready to face more than just today, but everything in life with a thought, set up for longevity, which we learn, however, the challenges. Go that way, always a good idea. Those who are angry, a story of growth and ethical problems. That's where the best chance is. To make your character stronger and live your life. Not only does that work by measures on the outside, but certainly fulfilling in your own life and in your music. I'm thankful there is an affirmation here that hearts deeply all of the Stoic philosophy and current ways of being mindful. It includes the idea of being present, how to enjoy the here and now in spite of the complexities and/or problems that could be around us. Thank you is more than just thankful for the good times. It has to do with recognizing what it means and what it teaches us every time, taking in both the good and the bad, and what's hard with the same acceptance. This easy phrase, how often each morning, changes your view from what you don't have about what you own away from future anxiety, how to show opportunities. A lot of the Stoics, wrote Epictetus, think that contentment not from gettings from outside, but from value what we have now. He taught them that happiness and freedom do what the moderation does to achieve of what we want, and a shout of thanks for the reasons we have now. No matter how simple, by beginning your day with, I'm thankful for this moment. You choose a tone about being satisfied and strong. It's a reminder to hold on tight. Right now, rather than living worries about the past or the future. This is about the present is very important in Stoicism, which stresses life in line with nature and agreeing to the present moment as it shakes out without fighting back. Thanksgiving also makes us more resistant by promoting a good attitude so that it can help with stress and hard times. When you are thankful, your vision grows going beyond current problems, letting you get involved more full of life and see their problems as part of a longer story. This view from a higher level help you stay steady and struck under stress, highly vouched for qualities and grown through Stoic training even more. I'm thankful for this moment. Brings out a humility sense, a key Stoic value. It helps us remember that life is a gift, not a rights protection, and that every moment we go through is part of a bigger textile, that we don't have full power over what this realization may lead to a good sense of peace and happiness. Being aware that we are a part of something bigger than us, and that every moment, No matter how small is value in and of itself when you agree every day that you appreciate the moment, you're not just doing things to be thankful, you are raising children. A strong acceptance of how things are not the way you want it. You are getting ready to find happiness. And what it means right now, improving your health and well-being and getting yourself ready to look at the world with a better blend and a gratitude outlook. What do I want? This sentence reflects a determination to keep learning and growth. No matter what the situation is, be an exciting and happy, common or out of the box. What Stoicism teaches us, that every experience, no matter how hard it may look, teams a lesson in virtue and useful knowledge. This method encourages a fresh mind and a thinkful attitude where the purpose is not just how to get through life's troubles, how to do well through them by getting wisdom each and every chance. By making this affirmation, you line up with the ideal of a Stoic, of the smart person who learns and adapts all the time, what the Stoics, like Seneca and Aurelius. Trust that wisdom, not just an idea in thought, but a useful tool that could be bone experience and thinking about it. In his writings, Marcus Aurelius often talks about how to turn obstacles, look for opportunities to grow as a person. He well-knownly said, the hardship to action moves action forward. What is getting in the way, gets in the way. This attitude changes every trouble into a teacher, turn every step back into a stepping stone. Some steps to take to understand more, and strength you can affirm, I seek wisdom in everything I do. You agree to seeing your daily communications, both successes and failures, from the point of view of learning. This is not just about getting more knowledge, it has to do with deepening what you understand of how to live well. What it means is asking yourself what everyone goes through teaches you how to be patient, push for justice, or any other good thing. It's about taking action. Not just the simple lessons, but also finding insight in trouble. Look at the constructive. Even when things are bad, this affirmation will help, a proactive method to the uncertainties in life like this. Instead of that, those who get fate. What you do is become active in the development of yourself. You begin to see life like a set of lessons, every day getting a new curriculum. This viewpoint on education can shift in a big way. The things you do in the world, thus making people make better decisions and a fuller measure. A way of being with purpose even more. Look for wisdom in everything you do. Building humility, a key value in Stoicism. Remember that no matter how much you know, you can always learn more from the people and what's happening around you. It gives you hope. To stay a life student, always open and interested to brand new views and ideas. Power to change things. Putting together Stoic affirmations inside your morning process is more than just a reading. It's a practice that changes things. That changes what you do in the world. Every stocking line. What you say is not just words, but a rule to follow that makes your mindset stronger, makes you more susceptible, and help you understand more of yourself and the place you live, how this is done. Applications for the Stoic belief that the mind is the fort of the soul, and what we let go of in our mind that can either make us stronger or weaker. Carl Jung stresses how important of being aware of self and really getting it. Drivers who are not awareness of how we act in a vein like that. Affirmations of Stoic help bring these unconscious parts into the front of what we are aware, letting us participate well with them. Directly how you choose to start the day off on a safe note. Thoughts that are planned. We set the stage for a thoughtful, virtuous life. Jung's idea that what you want to do will become clear. Not until you can look into your own heart, who looks at dreams. Whoever looks inside wakes up. Goes very well with the Stoic method of affirmations in the morning. For each affirmation, this is a time to look inward, getting aware of the strengths, as well as problems within, and getting ready to negotiate. This is the day of wisdom, trust, and honesty. What the transformative power is, one of these tough lines is false in what they can do to change our focus on a regular basis. with the best values and ideals in mind. The same way a navigator does the stars to plan a road across oceans, words of acknowledgement help us find our way. The changing waters of life with goal and poise. Every day they remind us of what we are and what we want to be setting us down, what we believe in philosophy and giving us help in our search for a good and a purposeful life. Accept the practice, taking up the practice of stocking estimates. Every morning is ready to set the sails of your ship every day. Make sure you're always navigating by your real north. Not just a morning thing to do, it's a promise, a guide to living with purpose held by the wisdom, the Stoic way of thinking. By putting these practices in place into your everyday life, you work on virtues that make you better. This is not just your character, but also your communications with everyone else. Thoughts from Carl Jung into the world of psychic repeat the Stoic stress on self-being aware and changing. Jung thought that the meeting consisting of two people is such as the contact, what two chemical substances do as long as there is no reaction, both have changed. Very much like that the daily process, stocking affirmations. A change within us is invited. That goes outward what every interaction is about, and our choice during the whole day for each affirmation putting it all together. This change for this, making us into unique people who are not only more aware of ourselves but also more adept at managing the difficulties of life with skill and good luck. Committing to this step is about raising a strong man in a life that can cause changes in the outer world and problems it teaches Stoicism. That is really ours is the state of our thoughts on the inside. What happens and what is chosen by turning our attention inward through affirmations in the morning. We make our abilities stronger. In order to keep peace and the goal. Despite outside circumstances, this is what the Stoic ideal looks like. That inner virtue is both the source and the goal of a good life. This practice also helps people be strong. Just like a tree makes its roots stronger to get through storms. Everyday affirmations grow what our Philippines say what's making us stronger in the midst of life. Sun predicts skills. It's more than that. More than just getting through these troubles, how to do well, even after them. Each other, enough of a chance to practice and campaign for Stoic principles like courage, temperance, and rights. Thanks for being here with me today. In the Deep Stoic. Remember, every morning is a new stage in your life. Story and the pen is your words. Make a good choice to gain more insights. Notes on living a strong life. Kindly watch the videos given. What's on your screen? Go on this journey with us and together. We need to cultivate a life towards wisdom and peace until the next time. Stay strong and tough it out.